Hello everyone, welcome back. In this submodule, we will understand what are the various data processing techniques in the sediment classification. So we will start with an understanding of what is the various acoustic data retrieved from the various sensors. Then we will be covering the various data analytics that are applied to the retrieved data to extract the required information. We will try to understand the correlation between the acoustic and the laboratory data. So let's start. The study of the seabed sediment type and distribution is crucial in the various fields such as marine spatial planning, oceanographic research, hydrographic surveying, ocean engineering like the offshore mining, submarine pipeline laying, dredging, marine habitat surveying, and the underwater communication. Thus, understanding this sediment data is essential, especially during the various geotechnical and laboratory tests which are conducted on the samples which have the cooler samples which have been retrieved by the various in situ tests. These are mostly the undisturbed soil samples where the soil structure remains totally intact. Now, various tests are done to identify the material responses and its characteristics related to strength, deformability, and hydraulic and thermal behaviors. Techniques like the particle size analysis and laser diffraction particle size analyzers are also employed to analyze the various grain size distribution in the sediment sample. Additional tests which determine the permeability, specific gravity of solids, porosity, void ratio, the moisture content, and the various Atterberg limits are also been done. So as you can see, these are the various properties and the various geotechnical tests that are being conducted on this specific sediment sample to retrieve its geotechnical properties. Once these tests are done, the image on the left you can see the laser diffraction particle size analyzer. So once techniques like this has been done, we can have a proper sediment classification table. So for on the right, this is the modified Shepard sediment classification scheme, which shows the percentage of sand, silt, and clay for the various samples collected. We can have this kind of system in order to show what is the composition of the grain size or the what kind of soil is actually present in that seabed layer. So these that is mostly how the conventional tests have been done to retrieve data. Modern sonar systems outputs the data stream in some values or parameters unique to that particular sonar. So several data formats have come into use for data from each sonar, and many of these formats include only a subset of the original data stream. Each sonar system's data format is associated with its own system and uses a separate data structure. As you can see, these are the various examples of the various data formats that are available when it comes to the different kind of sonars. Now, based on what the particular users needed or what is the compatibility need, a particular format may be preferred over the other. For example, the National Center for Environmental Information of the US encourages data providers to provide data in the SCGY format, as it relies on it on as a means of extracting the navigation necessary, as it uses the SCGY format primarily to display the location of the data. So analyzing these acoustic signals demands a specialized skill set which encompass the signal processing, acoustics, oceanography, and domain-specific knowledge. Especially in the underwater environments, diverse data types are involved, such as still image data, video image data, side scan, sonar data, image mosaicing, photogrammetry, image notation, and the process bathymetry data processing. Proficiency in signal processing techniques is vital for tasks like the noise filtering, reduction, and the raw acoustic data modification. Implementing the processing algorithms and data analysis require strong programming skills and the integration of the AI and ML processes as well. So the data processing involves the major task of like extraction of the described parameters from the raw acoustic data. It involves various steps like noise filtering, noise reduction, which leads to a lot of data modulation. There is we have to do a particular spectral analysis in which a short Fourier transform may be utilized for conversion from the frequency to the time domains and vice versa. So, in fact, we can divide the data processing into two major aspects, the pre-processing and the post-processing. The pre-processing is the initial step in managing data fluctuations and distortions which are caused by the medium, signal processing errors, and other factors. Several crucial actions are undertaken during this stage, which enhance the accuracy and the value of data. There is the data filtering eliminates various noises or inaccurate depth measurements, which could be due to the various stochastic fluctuations, noise filtering, and then if adjustments are also being done. But in the post processing, both supervised and unsupervised machine learning based classification can be done. The supervised classification offer the high accuracy in sediment classification. It involves steps like data segmentation, signal alignment, and feature extraction. Knowledge of signal properties and the undersea environment is essential for selecting a particular or rather an appropriate post-processing procedure. So this involves the post-processing would involve refining the pre-processed data to extract meaningful insights. The machine learning algorithms can be utilized for event classification or the pattern-based recognition. We can have methods like the k-means clustering, principal component analysis, and decorrelation regression trees, generalized additive models, or semi-parametric expansion of generalized linear models can be used to fit non-linear relationships. Ongoing research also explores the application of self-organizing maps, artificial neural networks, or a convolutional neural network in seafloor classification, which utilize the raw backscatter data. Now, this figure shows the various steps to build a backscatter intensity processing framework. So, the study from which the figure is taken, basically it highlighted three steps. The first would be the processing stage, which is the decoding of the backscatter data, depth data, position, and attitude of the vessel, the sound velocity values, and other information as recorded in the raw data files. The second stage would be calculating the radiometrically correct and geometrically correct values. And after this stage, the corrected backscatter data is directly mosaic to obtain a sonar image. Again, this is another type of model, which is a distribution model, a statistical distribution model. It shows the various linkages for the management applications. The arrows indicate what are the direction of input and the data information. The management objectives provide the overarching framework on which the selection of this particular distribution model and the prediction of the attributes depends on. Another new technology is integrating AI and ML in these already existing video data. Researchers and scientists have been studying ways to conserve the ocean resources, and now there have been technologies which result in verified annotations and trained algorithms via open source platform. So this can aid in real-time processing of ocean imagery, scaling up our observation capabilities using current and future robotic technologies. So a particular video can be annotated, and we can easily identify what are the various components, what are the various biological the abiotic components that are present in this particular image or a snapshot of the video. Now, this sonar imagery is highly sensor specific and typically affected by the factors that have either range or angular dependency. Now, each of these is altered differently, giving variations in the sense measurements over the seabed. The proposed, any proposed method or any chosen method would estimate various correction factors that would be required on the final output of the model. These once calculated, these correction factors can be applied over large data sets to provide radiometrically correct values over the entire survey area. This would lead to simpler image processing algorithms, as the image statistics are improved with more stable means and variances across the sonar swath. So these correction factors depend on a lot of values like the beam pattern. The range dependent factors are there, altitude variation, and the unique topical conditions like the variation in salinity, the temperature, which lead to a decrease in the efficiency of this working of the sonar. In research applications, studies have also developed patterns and mathematical equations to elucidate the various relationships between seismic attributes and the surveyed geological medium. Like various theories have been used and a lot of literature has been provided. So for remote sensing sediment classification, many studies have utilized the Lambert's law, Patterson model, the DESMA model, or the GSAB model, which compare the backscatter data directly to the physical properties of sediments. The Ellis and Crowe parstatic scattering model also determines the appropriate data processing resolution. Another way of data analysis is the data modeling, which can be accomplished through computer simulation and specialized software. One such example is the benthic terrain modeling, which is based on bathymetric data. Which There are also tools tailored for this benthic terrain modeling using ArcGIS, which compare the analysis with the acoustic classification of the various side scan sonar data. Digital elevation models are also created by combining the multi-beam echo sounder data. Specialized seabed classification softwares also exist like the SWOT-View and CLAMS, that is CLAMS, which classifies data using statistical properties of these backscatter images. Now, when comparing the sediment classification from acoustic methods to direct sampling or optical method, it's evident that each technique has its own strengths and weaknesses. Acoustic surveys offer the efficiency of examining large areas more quickly than direct sampling. This establishment or the establishing of spatial scale of different seabed classes are based solely on the discrete sample stations and can be challenging, while the acoustic backscatter provides a continuous data. A constant data will likely result in more comprehensive seabed map than methods like photography or sampling at isolated locations. So, ground truthing becomes crucial for validating the initial classes in the acoustic classification. It can be used to test and validate the model whether it is providing results with our expected accuracy and tolerance. Thus, our way ahead would be developing technological interventions by increasing the need of accurate and efficient analysis. We can have proper machine learning and AI integration, deep learning architectures, multi-sensor fusion, development of open source tools and platforms, big data analytics, and cross-disciplinary collaboration in order to have to develop the various models which can then lead to a desired set of parameters from the raw bathymetric data. So now with this quote, I'll end my discussion here. Thank you.